Hey guys, this is Locke. Today's video is going to be all about the current raid that's going on, the Iron Giant, and how to tackle it. I'll be going over like a one-person comp, a two-person comp, and other ideas specifically related to the Red Giant, Red Giant raid. To start with, I think the best place to start is actually the Esper selection. Diabolos is the best Esper for this, and if you look at it, I'm not even taking the dark up nodes for Diabolos. Instead, I took the light eater nodes, and there are two reasons for this. The first reason is that I can now equip Diabolos on anybody else. Like, I don't need to equip it on only a dark unit. If I equip it on a water unit like Ildira, she will still get the benefit of the light eater. And on a dark unit that's using dark skills, plus 25 dark attack or plus 25 light eater will both have the same calculation. So it's better to take either light eater or demon killer than dark attack up. And the second reason that I'm doing this is because of Black Rose Helena. So if I take a look at Black Rose Helena's skill sets, the important thing to note is that one of the ways that you will solo is by using the Drain skill, and Drain is actually doing non-elemental damage. So plus 25 dark attack will not increase the damage of Drain, and you need Drain to be able to sustain yourself. So that is not going to help with the damage of the skill. So instead, it is better to take Light Eater or Demon Killer. And the reason that I took Light Eater is just because it costs less points, like less SP, to take the Light Eater nodes than the Demon Killer nodes. I thought that slash resist was very important because the boss does do a lot of damage, especially once he uses his buff, so I want to reduce that damage as much as possible, so I went with the slash resist instead. But depending on where you're going, and if you happen to need more damage and you have some other tank that's taking damage for you, you can also go with, say, the Light Eater and the Demon Killer nodes if you want. So I think that's actually the best tip that I can share with regards to this raid. Now I'm going to go into what like how you would tackle a solo raid. So I think the best unit to do solo raids is Black Rose Helena. It was possible for me to do it to solo a level 100 raid boss with Black Rose Helena, but I feel like it is not consistent. And the reason it's not consistent is because I need this skill, Counter Energy, to proc at least 3 times. If I don't proc 3 times, she doesn't have enough damage. Basically, she doesn't have enough AP to continuously keep doing damage. And getting a proc of 3 times is just not consistent for me. So I actually started going away from using her to solo it. There was another user who posted a video about Black Rose Helena soloing this thing, but I went to him as well and asked him, look, I tried to repeat what you did, but I can only do it if she procs Counter Energy 3 times, and he said that was the same for him as well. In the video that he posted, she procced it 4 times, and yeah, like if she does it once or twice or 0, the raid fails, and I find that happens more often than not. So I don't think it's feasible to consistently keep doing solo raids with Black Rose Helena. But if that is what you're going for, I think this is probably the best way to set it up. It's actually taken from him. Like, it's the exact same build that he's doing. I tried different things. Like, I tried moving this to like Arithmetician sub or using different cards, but none of them really worked. This was probably the best setup. So the setup, just in case you are interested in trying to figure out how to do this solo, the setup was that you have Drain on, you have Black Rose Hex on, and then you have Dark 2 left on, you have the Esper skill on, you have the Limit Burst on, and you have obviously the TMR, which is very important when attempted. Zombie Transformation is on, Shadow Flare is on. Those are all the skills that are on. Everything else should be off. For the gear, you actually don't need this. You don't need the Cypress Pile. That doesn't really help you at all with this raid. Instead, it's better if you have the Magistral Rod or the Platinum Rod, or even this one, because the boss has negative magic attack resistance, so resistance piercing isn't doing anything. Instead, it's better if you have plus 15 magic attack. So that is with this boss. So that's what you need for the armor slot is whatever has the best defense. So it could be platinum rod, but if you don't have, sorry, platinum robe. If you don't have it, the elf cloak is a good substitute. And if you're lacking those, you can also try with the pod 153 as well. But anyway, that's the solo version, and it's not really that consistent. So instead, I'm going to be showing you examples of like of duo setups. So this is one duo setup that worked using Black Rose Helena with Yuna. This is basically exactly how you need to set this up. Bahamut is not even set up in the most efficient manner. I have him with Maneater. You should remove Maneater and put Magic Attack up. And then you can also obviously take the magic nodes, and you would probably go with like crit nodes or something, but you would like the Maneater nodes is not going to help at all. But this is what you need, and obviously you also have to take off all of the buffs that Yuna has, otherwise she will stand back and buff. Like, so I have to leave re-raise to be off, because if you put re-raise on, she's going to be too far back that she wastes an extra turn. Not like, first of all, she wastes a turn casting re-raise. Secondly, she wastes a turn to move up, because when she casts re-raise, she stands where she is all the way at the back, right? So 2 turns will be wasted. So to turn off re-raise, you have to give her, I think giving her her own TMR is good, but if you give her some other TMR, like, I don't know, some other buff like Titus's shoes or something, because you want more agility, you have to make sure that it's off. If you give her Yuna's clothing, that can be on. I also made sure to turn off all her heals, like Kuraga is off, Prayer is off, and then Nimble Movement is obviously off as well. Those are all off. All the other things are on. I can show you the run later on in the video, but she's able to take care of it. She only uses her heal once, and the heal that she uses is the Smile Practice. And she uses it when Black Rose Helena's HP gets low enough. And I feel that, that's good. Like, that's okay. She also does proc Aeon Blend quite a few times when I did the run, but it wasn't necessary. She can still do it. Like this kind of comp would work to duo, and this is one of the best vision cards to go on Yuna for this, because the boss does a lot of slash damage, so now you have slash attack resistance up 20. This goes with Black Rose's innate slash resistance and the slash resistance that's coming from the Bahamut Esper, sorry, not Bahamut, from the Diabolos Esper, so which gives her a slash resistance of 55%. It also increases Yuna's HP as well. Either way, like, this is basically it. This is the setup that you want if you're going to do it duo. This is one setup anyway. Another setup that I found to work just as well, if not better, was something like this, where you're using Black Rose Helena and you're using Garvall. With Garvall, I have Kiza's TMR on him, so I have to make sure that I turn off the Chi barrier, because he's gonna use that instead of Kiza's TMR if he has a chance. Other than that, I mean, I have most of the skills turned on. I have Jamming Thrust on. Well, I have Dark off, but I think he will prioritize Jamming Thrust anyway. But either way, you can leave it off. You can leave. You take off all the healing type skills. So take off Kura, and over here, I left most of the other skills on. I actually turned this one off, the twin. Actually, I think in the run that I did, I had it turned on, but you can leave it on or off. He does about 9999 damage with Twin Chi or with Jamming Thrust, but Jamming Thrust costs a lot less to cast, so it's better to use Jamming Thrust. Anyway, that's it for like explanation of these duo comps. I'm currently working on a 4-man comp. And I haven't quite figured out exactly how to do it for a level 100 comp, but something like a level, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 comp, something like this would work, like 4 of any element, basically. In this case, I'm using water, but you can use like a 4-man dark team or light team or something. For lower levels, it's not too difficult. I am working on ideas to come up with a 4-man level 100 comp, and I haven't gotten there yet. But once I figure it out, I'll post. But I wanted to get this out because I know like people start to get to level 100 by day 2, and I wanted to at least give ideas for duo comps and say how you can do it. Um, Also, at the end of the video, I'm also going to be showing how Frederika is able to solo the level 10 chocolate flan. For that, you need to turn off her ranged passives. So I took off Concentrate. I took off Range Allure. Instead, she has Missile Mastery and Shadow Runner. She also needs Kiza's TMR for this as well. And in the run, I actually turned off most skills except for a couple. I think all I had on was here. All I had on was Piercing Shot and Double Shot. I turned off everything else, so she actually like auto attacked the boss after depleting these skills. She auto attacked the boss and she was still able to kill it. So if you don't have a level 120 Frederika, you might still be able to do this. I mean, I can't tell you because I don't have a level 99 Frederika. I can't de-level her. But if I'm able to do it with just these two skills, I think by having things like Barrage on and Sharpshoot on and things like that, you might be able to do to solo it with just level 99 Frederika as well. Just try it out. You can see the video of it at the end of this video as well, like my run of a level 10 flan using Frederika solo. You can see it. This is obviously the best Esper for her for this because it adds 25 lightning attack and another 15 missile attack, and it doesn't matter that the boss is the type of the boss, it's still always going to do a plus 40 modifier. Frederika's Dream is also obviously the best vision card for this as well because it increases her attack by plus 45 missile. Sorry, like, plus 35 missile plus 10 lightning, giving you an additional modifier plus 45. So anyway, that's it for me for talking about this. If you have other ideas of duos that work, please leave them in the comments. I'm sure people will be probably looking for ideas and how to do this. So if you have something that works, leave them in the comments. Say skills you turned on or off and the vision card setup you have or things like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have more questions or comments, please leave them below. I will stop talking now, but I will show you the runs of these three that I did. Take care now. Bye.